Sorry, my daughter, 3-year-old, requires photographic evidence that Daddy isn't actually working rather than avoiding babysitting duties. And frankly, I wanted to put my global 932 Twitter followers out of their suspense. Good afternoon, everyone. To start on a happy note, the chances are that most of us are working for companies that won't exist in 10 years' time. So does anyone know what the average life expectancy was for a company in the S&P 500 in 1950? Anyone? The answer is 50 years. Does anyone know what the answer to the same question is in 2011? 18 years. How many companies fell out of the Fortune 1000 between the relatively small time period of 2003 and 2010? An absolutely staggering 712 companies fell out, which means on current run rate, by 2027, more than 75% of the S&P will be companies you've not yet dreamed of. This makes my life pretty hard as an investor. It's why the innovation we are celebrating today and what we do 365 days a year is important. And that is trying to find, help, accelerate, and invest in the next big things in the retail and consumer sector. The team at True are delighted and humbled that just over 2 years from the first event and 3 years since our beginning, we welcome more than 400 people to today. This is a summary. More than 100 investors, more than 105 startups, that means 106, by the way, and more than 120 retailers, twice that of last year. If anyone was in any doubt about the growing stature of our brand, today's keynote speakers and think tank participants demonstrate our growing competitive advantage, which is a directly focused and relevant ecosystem, hosted in a building that is far too cool for me and certainly far too cool for my mum and dad. Today's event reflects the showcase of that growing ecosystem, and the results, I think, are powerful. Within True Start, this was our hub 24 months ago. This is it today. It houses 22 investments, having seen a total of 1,700 applications. It runs 2 6-monthly cohort programs per year. It now boasts a comprehensive industry partnership program, which all industry stakeholders in our sector can be part of. It has a year-long event schedule and a growing and professional investor list of 450 angels and funds. In the last 12 months alone, we've completed our 3rd cohort collection program, and in 1 year have received 1,100 applications from 37 countries. The quality of applicants has improved dramatically over the process, and from our pitching session last week, the top 20 had CVs from Goldman's, McKinsey, Rocket, Glaxo, KPMG, and graduates from Harvard, MIT, Oxford, and Cambridge. In the hub alone this year, we've welcomed 200 retailers with whom our startups have secured numerous partnership deals. We've welcomed a new strategic partner, Morrisons, to join River Island, Accenture, and our founding partner, Land Securities. Our partners are increasingly positioning themselves as the partner of choice in their niche, becoming more innovative culturally and driving real change to the internal talent culture. Thank you for being with us, guys, while we built this business, and thank you for sticking with us. I'm delighted we'll also be announcing a further strategic partnership with one of the UK's largest and most respected retailers, which will bring further weight to our brand proposition. And finally, our startups have raised more than £4 million of follow-on funds from our True Start portfolio in the last quarter alone. Here's a summary of our current investments, and I wanted to touch on a couple of those to showcase the company qualities and success stories which highlight our investment focus at True Start. Some of these companies are here today, so please go and see them in the Emporium. A-Day, outstanding founders and team with backgrounds from Goldman's, Index, and Stanford, creating a whole new category of ready-to-wear activewear. The Blogger Program, solving a problem for retailers in the fastest-growing marketing and sales channel, namely social. This platform has 23,000 bloggers on it. It's growing 1,000 a month organically with no marketing. Has 1,100 brands on the platform, and increasingly the retail community are outsourcing this whole area to this rapidly growing company. In the last 2 months, global campaigns have been run for Crocs, Tesco, Disney, Feel Unique, River Island, and Superdry. Testament to the power of the influencer, I'm reliably informed that the wonderfully self-deprecating Amazing Phil has more followers than David Cameron, as nearly 1 million people tune in to listen to his life-changing guidance and advice. I believe this one was on contact lenses. It just occurred to me, actually, that he's got 10 times the global influence that I have based on my following, which is somewhat depressing. PhotoSpire, personalized shoppable video, initially through email and now increasingly through social, improving click-through rates by 300 to 1,400%. Their client list now includes ShopDirect, Morrisons, Waitrose, Argos, and Expedia. Vital, Graze for good health, delivering a month's supply of high-quality vitamins to your door, twinning personalization and health and wellness with convenience. City Pantry, an online office catering platform, working with independent vendors, delivered to your desk, and reshaping your lunch. The business is growing 400% year on year and generated gross revenues of nearly $300,000 in April alone. It's already the market leader, having seen off Rocket, and it's raising money at sensible and growing valuations. And finally, Presence Orb, using in-place wireless analytics to bring shopper insights to retailers. When Tom joined us, he was in a handful of stores. In 1 year, they've installed their technology into over 3,000 stores in every major city across multiple countries. UK brands such as Ladbrokes, Carpetright, River Island, and Land Securities are already using their technology. They now analyze 2.5 billion data points every day from 30 million devices, and have now moved into the world of predictive analytics, predicting with 90% accuracy a retailer's footfall some weeks ahead, enabling for much better operational planning. So what's in it for partners? We're determined to create genuine partnerships, not just sponsorships. We're delivering strong returns to our partners and providing them with preemptive and continuous view on innovation, talent, and expertise in the retail and consumer space. In this way, we're educating them through deal flow. They get access to preemptive, sustainable deal flow, allowing them to adopt the technologies that fit their business plans, thereby de-risking them as they can test them early in their evolution and tailor them as they need. And then once de-risked, they can invest in these groundbreaking businesses and entrepreneurs. I'm delighted to say that our earliest partners have now progressed through all 3 phases, now making their first investments in heavily tested and de-risked businesses. The real proof is whether our partners are actually working with them commercially. In the last quarter, commercial deals worth more than £500,000 have been struck between 5 startups and 12 retailers. Since Paul and I built the wider investment group, we materially underestimated the power of True Start, the access to the future leaders and ideas that it provides, and the differentiation versus most size-constrained investors. It gives us an excuse for a conversation. It enables us to add value where others can't, providing the latest technologies and insight as part of our investment package. It fundamentally builds an ecosystem above and beyond our black books. I genuinely believe it's the most exciting 4,000 square foot in retail, and it's a key reason it's allowed our buyout and growth firm, my day job, to flourish. Over the last 12 months, we've seen equally substantial growth. We successfully closed our first buyout fund in November last year, investing between 10 to 40 million in each transaction. We're delighted to welcome new advisory committee members with Hannu Riopanen, Sir Ian Cheshire, Terry Duddy, Edward Griffiths, Robert Burrow, and John Strawn formally joining our team. True Capital also completed a partial exit of its investment in the online craft marketplace, Lovecrafts, at a substantial return on our initial investment in August 2013, and that company continues to thrive and go from strength to strength. And finally, we completed our first cornerstone investment in the fund in Ribble Cycles, a leading brand in the cycle space. Since we acquired Ribble, we've recruited a world-class team. John Owen from the board of ShopDirect and Very, and Matthew Lawson of AO and Love Holidays fame. We've relaunched the website, driven improvements in MI, range, and customer service, and most significantly, we launched the first iteration of a mobile offering. Another business going from strength to strength is our investment in the technology platform Tyres on the Drive, which is revolutionizing the way tyres are sold and fitted in the UK. As our first portfolio company to advertise on television, and as an opportunity to drive some customers at a low acquisition cost, I wanted to show you the advert.
You shouldn't have to seek out great service. It should come to you. For replacement tyres fitted wherever you are and at the best price guaranteed, visit tyresonthedrive.com.
The team are here today, and they should be incredibly proud of that marketing. It's highly differentiated and highly targeted. Across all of these businesses, you'll notice some common themes that we actively look for when investing. The seamless integration of content, community, and commerce. Customer reviews at the fore across all interactive channels. Real-time data capture and management with data and tech at their heart. Disruptive and innovative direct-to-consumer business models. And finally, an increasing focus on personalization and convenience. I will leave the detailed trends to our experts, but we see three major changes across our portfolios over the last year. The further acceleration in mobile penetration that is not just about having mobile capability, it's about designing everything first for mobile. That digital advertising now surpasses all other channels. How many of you have a fully integrated Snapchat marketing channel in-house for your millennial audience, or spend 50% of digital advertising on Facebook? And finally, we've seen a radical reassessment of the size and offer of real estate. From the old product-heavy, pilot-high mentality to the new, smaller, sell-through focused, showroom experience mentality. Finally, I'm absolutely honored and grateful to our keynote speakers. Without you, we wouldn't have this audience. We've managed to persuade two global superstars to give up their time and fly 5,500 miles to speak to you today. I'm absolutely delighted to introduce Mike Jones, former CEO of MySpace and CEO of Science Inc., the man and team behind more than $1 billion of exits, and the company behind Dollar Shave Club, Dog Vacay, Ernie, and Hello Society, amongst many others. And Alison Johnson, former VP of Marketing and Communications at Apple, who in our first conversation, very quietly and humbly, said that she'd been largely responsible for the launch of the iPhone, iPad, and the small Mac versus PC campaign. Her new venture, West, focuses on working with products that have never before existed, including phenomena such as Jawbone and Twitter. Thank you also to Ralph Simon, the man credited with predicting the rise of the mobile for stimulating the conversation with Alison this afternoon. I would like lastly to thank our sponsors and partners, without whom this event would not be possible. In particular, our headline sponsor, FIFO, and our evening sponsor, our founding believers, Land Securities. And finally, a huge thank you from Paul and I to our team at True. Without you, none of this is possible. I hope you will enjoy the rest of the day. Have fun. Thank you once again for being part of the True ecosystem. And please come and get more involved in the coming 12 months. It's now my great pleasure to leave you with Mike Jones. Thank you very much.